Honey. Where it go?
Upward.
Upward. It's a lot of information that just popped up on the screen.
It is.
I can read it. We have too long presumed Source as a virtuous part of civil society, yet we need to look no further into the past than the Source King's reign to understand the havoc such magics may wreak. One day another One day another order must follow in the Source Hunter's footsteps. Sorcerers must be muted. The new model of Source Collars provided by Vedman is proving most effective. Alright, well.
Empty.
Goodbye. Empty. Ooh,
Empty.
money.
Oh, money.
You already took all
Empty.
the money.
I did not. I don't know what you're talking about. I gave you some stuff.
Huh? What? How?
What do you mean, what, how? Through the inventory. You can select something and go press square.
My, these smelling salts are strong stuff.
And then, no. I mean, you don't have to send money. And at the bottom it says you can send it. There you go.
What did you
Why,
send?
you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes.
Potions.
Looks like that collar fits.
Oh, it's actually a person.
Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
What you want? I'll stab you in the face.
Ooh, I could steal something.
Well, considering there's a person right here.
I can read it.
You can.
The Source King insists there are no magics too foul, even those that would block or even remove the source within an individual. A delight in his madness is an invitation to manipulate all which we once believed immutable. He provides all manner of experimental subjects. Text beneath lists a series of hexes and materials required for muting source. Some of those objects are circled in blacky and annotated as follows: helm, collar, mask.
Should we turn ourselves down? Should we turn ourselves down? Did you want to turn ourselves down?
Like our voices?
Yes.
I don't know how loud we are compared to the game.
Known associates. In fact, he's
Well, when you talk, I can't hear anything. So.
What do you mean you can't hear anything? Can you hear me in your headphones?
When you talk, I can't hear the game.
Do you want us to turn it up then?
Turn our voices down.
I honestly don't know. I don't know how loud it is compared to the game.
I just said, when we talk, you can't hear the game. I'm going by the mic because I hear you in the headset.
That's what I just asked you.
And I said, yes, you can't hear the game.
Is that good?
You can go back out to the game and see.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Because I can't hear you via the headset.
Not at all.
No.
Then turn your thing up. Because I can hear myself just fine.
No, like, no voice is going through the microphone.
Then I don't know. Then I guess turn back up.
No, I mean, that's why I couldn't determine what was going on, because I can't hear anything.
Oh.
I can only hear the game.
Did you want to talk to the person?
Yeah.
There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
Well then.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
Tags determine what options are available to you in dialogue and how the world reacts to your party members. Custom characters have race, gender, and background tags. Origin characters have unique origin tags.
And it's whoever started the conversation is the one that goes off.
Okay. Well, I'm a scholar mystic. Or a mystic scholar. Let's see. You'll find him on the other side of this deck in the officer's quarters. Mentioned that there was a little accident in the cargo deck. The prisoner's dead. You pull at the thing around your neck futilely and demand to know why she colored you. Mused that by the room's shape you can tell you're on a Lucian-class frigate, but why? Say you had a long black dream about a ship sailing the River of the Dead, but you're not dead, are you? I would like to know why.
Well, then do it.
Why? Because we're at sea, of course, and have been for several days.
Gee, thanks.
You're so helpful.
Index fingers pressed to her lips. She pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In
Thanks.
the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Would she be mad that the prisoner is dead?
Her? I mean, honestly, I doubt it.
I think I'll just leave.
Okay.
No.
Is he? Oh, well. Some problems simply sort themselves, don't they?
Well then.
I would like
Why,
to
for
know
my
why.
peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
You recall great powers building inside you, the ones you commanded before your capture. Unleash them. She might be playing a trick, don't do it. Yeah, I won't do it.
Do go on. I won't hold it against you. Promise.
I don't like how you chuckled. I'm just gonna be like, nah.
Aren't we a meek little lamb? Perhaps I needn't have collared you at all.
No, I would definitely
Though
try
it
to kill
does
you.
look darling on you.
It doesn't.
So let's just leave it on, shall we? Because to answer your question, what this collar does is this. It makes you unable to cast Source.
Well, if I knew more about this game, I could try and cast it, but I don't
For
know.
your own peace of mind, of course.
That little ability
Yours
that had
and
the
the whole
teal
world's.
border, that's a source ability.
Ah.
They're very, very powerful abilities.
Take your leave. Open your map. Important characters will mark destinations on your map. Who's this? Is this you? It is. And that's me. That was super helpful.
Open sesame. Oh, it's no feature. Oh,
God.
that's right.
There's been a murder here.
Quite the mess they made.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
Inform her that she wasn't this man's protector. She was his captor.
Finn didn't see it like that. He was desperate for us to help him. Two things scared the living daylights out of him. His own shadow and his own source. We'll find out who did this. Speaking of,
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
I will not say number one. Tell her that's a trick you haven't quite mastered. Ask if she's investigating her fellow magisters as well. One of them could have easily done this. Hmm.
I wish I could murder my sleep. That'd be cool.
I thought as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
Nod and say you'll let her know if you hear anything interesting. Say that you're no snitch. Laugh, she really thinks you'd help a magister, someone who's keeping you under lock and key. I mean, we're not really under lock and key, we're wandering around. Tell her your price is considerably higher than that. Take your leave.
I mean, they have weapons, we do not. So.
Nod and say I'll let you know if I hear anything. Goodbye.
Thanks. I just want to catch whoever did this
Yay.
before they hurt anyone else.
I don't want to steal the amulet. I don't want to...
Don't. It's. I stole something though.
What'd you steal?
This is
I'll show you.
magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
A chunk of flesh. Do you want to know why I stole it?
As the dead man's flesh slides down your throat, you feel his consciousness enter yours. His memories are yours to experience. You are Finn. Your heart is heavy. You know too much. It's all too much. You met him. A bright light blinds you, then fades. You feel a tremendous power in your hands, but they are shaking so hard you can barely use them. Suddenly you're on this very ship, crouched in a corner, hugging your knees. A figure approaches, an older woman. Her eyes are kind. She comes closer. She says she wants to talk. She reaches a hand toward you. You grasp it. The memories end. You are no longer Finn. You return to yourself with a jolt.
So an old
Skill.
There's a
woman.
pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural.
That's what elves can do. They can eat the flesh.
I know.
Yeah.
A woman from Driftwood with nary a care offered me kisses that answered my prayer. I accepted her gift, and then, to my dismay, a spider she was, and I her buffet. Once feasting was over, she licked her red lips. I rose from the floor, still coming to grips. She thanked me for coming, and bade her farewell. My prayer indeed answered, though still I did swell. Interesting. So can we just talk to people?
Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
Avoid looking into the room. Between the lurching ship and the smell of blood, you feel a little sick. Ask what happened.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does.
Ask if you can lend a hand in the investigation. Ask if he knew the dead man. Always does. Ask if this sort of thing happens often. Ask if he knew the dead man.
His name was Finn. Oddball. Looked to me like he saw something he wished he hadn't before he came here. We'll find out who did it, one way or another.
Well, aren't you just a cheery person? There's nothing in there.
There's stairs.
Well, I meant besides that.
Be good, you scallywags.
Oh yeah, bedrolls are actually good.
I don't know what I picked up. What did I pick up? I picked up a potato.
If you find a bedroll, you should pick it up.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling dice. Deciding fates. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
She eyes you suspiciously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. Just like you. And I'm quite good at it, too. I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
Don't see why not.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
Erotic.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. A very special someone. You were reminiscing about the things you used to do together.
Admit wide-eyed, that's exactly right. Or stare at the ground embarrassed. You had quite forgotten about that. Yeah, sure.
Of course it is. The truth's right there, skin deep. You may have to bite a bit deeper, though. Not every elf is as skilled in the art as I am. But anyway, don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me. I don't lick and tell.
Dang it. Lick and tell.
Lick and tell?
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
The optimal part of the ship to hang around.
Why?
We used to know each other. That's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Ask Ifan what he did to find himself at the mercy of a subordinate. Say that you're still curious about the murder. Did he do it? Nope.
Long story.
Number one.
Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties.
Okay, so why?
No.
Whatever.
It's the dead man. Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The Joy.
Anything about Fort
I've heard a
Joy?
lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
I do care about surviving Fort Joy.
Not interested in the son of the divine himself. I don't blame you one bit. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You, elf. What's your name?
Bob.
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Lenta.
Right.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook.
I
He
could
scowls
stab
at you
him.
as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Tempted.
Away with you. At once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sub-story somewhere else.
Well then.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty.
Ew,
Turnips
greasy
and water
door.
are all I was given.
You know what? Talk to me.
Oh, there's a bedroll for you.
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scram, eh? We're trying to catch a killer here.
Maybe that has the Magister's more concern.
Well, what have we here? A fresh face
Oh,
in this
God.
stale
Bedroll.
hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse.
So this is the Red Prince.
All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
Humor him. Let's see where this leads. Mumble through clenched jaws. What on earth is he doing? The nerve! Slap away his hand hard. Humor him.
Stab in the
There's
eye.
some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
Yeah, sure.
Ah, music to my beleaguered stomach. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor?
There's a
Yes,
hole.
I can tell from your vagabond chic, a bag is as good as a shirt kind of style. I shouldn't be getting my hopes up. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
Second one.
Ew.
Yeah.
The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we? As per your own testimony, you can cook and groom, but you have the fashion sense of a monkey in a clown suit. Still, beggars can't be choosers. So without further ado, I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave.
I think I'll just choose number 2.
Okay.
My slave, of course. Oh, but I see. Yes, I suppose it must take some time for the full extent of this honor to sink in. Anyway, you may leave me for a moment.
Puppy.
We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy. Now, shoo!
Rude.
You better be ready to talk here.
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers, too. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
That sounds delicious.
It was one of them. I know it. Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate. They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them. I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
Stole your beer.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. Did you see the body? They ought to let you taste a bit. Maybe you'd find out who done it.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, seriously.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, kiddo. You hear that?
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magisters more concerned than your enmity.
Ask what you're meant to be
Shep,
hearing.
of course. ears.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger, it's...
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
Anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on to my breeches if I were you, mate. That's all you hear, though. Listen close.
I don't know.
But choose.
You've got ears on your head, haven't you? You need me to show you how to use them. There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, kiddo. Good news.
Ask what's got him so excited. That was nothing more than a rat. You heard it. What's it supposed to be? Decide, Julie. What's it supposed to be?
The wheel, don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks
Wow.
whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been travelling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Tell him you shouldn't talk like that about such a magnificent beard. Ask why he's so excited about reaching Fort Joy. You haven't heard anything good about the place. No, he must be a practiced sailor. Ask what the figure means to him.
Yeah, no indeed, kiddo. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all, thank ye kindly, kiddo.
Cock an eyebrow if he's hatching an escape plan you want in. Say nothing, but look him over once before leaving. You may want to find him again inside Fort Joy.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
I don't want to sit.
If you'll be pardoning...
One of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
So it's supposed to be an
They
old
don't care
woman.
about us. We're like cattle
Huh?
to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us won't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
Why don't you try talking to someone? You're the one that gained the knowledge.
Lad,
I mean, I don't know if it'd do anything.
surely.
What are you trying to
I tell you, it's because I've done this before. You
Tell
haven't.
you if you can keep it quiet long enough.
Yeah, then you should have let me eat the skin, the body part.
The elf is
Oh.
reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and examines your face, tugging at your ears and prodding your nose.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
Ah, yes. The niceties. My name is Fane. I am a scholar from... Well, I am a seeker of knowledge. That is enough.
Is it?
Right?
It is pleasurable to meet you.
He's a weird guy.
Is there? Wherever do you keep it? Certainly not in your books. I have been reading this one for several minutes, and I have yet to find a single insight into the mysteries of the universe. It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
Tell them about the war between the Divine Order and the Black Ring. It dwarfed everything that went before. As an elf, say that memories of the past are precious to your people. At least they were until your homelands were destroyed. Explain that Ruvelin's history is the battle between Source and the Void. Good and evil, light and darkness. Well, Cranley Hubert's work is generally seen as the authority, but you can recommend some histories of each race.
Take your pick.
I'm gonna go Mystic.
Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too full of it already. No. I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your god. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
Admit that some things just aren't known. Look at him incredulously. The gods are forces of nature. They don't have a history. Ask why he's so curious about the gods. Snort, if he wants legends, he shouldn't be reading a history book. You have often pondered the nature of the gods, but you don't have any sure answers.
Of course you don't have any useful information. Why did I expect anything else?
Now.
Now, please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
No, why are you
No
curious?
amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book or respond to your question.
I have a mind to just kill you.
Good. Try.
You know what? There's someone here. I'll talk to you.
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams is just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
Tell him you're fine, say you've been through worse, ask if he actually cares, ask if he'd be fine collared like a dog and stuck in a ship's hull with a corpse and a murderer on the loose. I've been through worse.
Trust me, with Bishop Alexander in charge, things will get a lot better from here
No,
on
they
out.
won't.
He's God-woken, you know.
No.
You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Should I talk to other people?
Yes. If you want to know about them.
About who?
The people you talk to.
My mum doesn't like elves, but I have a secret. When I grow up, I'm gonna be an elf. She'll get used to it.
Okay.
Do you know Losa? She's a really good singer. I'm better though. Listen. La 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 la.
That was so fast.
The singing was awful.
You look a little bit elfish. Maybe your daddy was an elf. My daddy's name is Frida. He's waiting for me at home. I'll go home soon.
You won't.
Oh, there you are. Wife.
What?
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Play along and take her arm with a grin. Tell the children they must be mistaken. Squint at the lot of them. Who's Losa is what they said. Say she must have you confused with someone else who actually cares. Look at the passel of dirty kids and say they seem well enough like brats to you. Take your leave. I'll play along.
That's it.
How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused with anyone else. What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
Say that's true enough. Shake your head, Losa, you presume. Ask if she couldn't find something more age-appropriate companions. Say you're more concerned with survival than entertainment.
You presume right.
Ask if she knows anything about the murder that happened on board. Tell her she ought to have a look around with you. You can watch each other's backs. Take your leave.
Nope. Trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
Tell her she ought to have a look around. Okay.
Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
I'm sorry, what?
That happened.
So what are we supposed to do? Just go to the room that we were in?
Yeah, that's what we were told to do.
Got this wolf on a leash now. Keep the thumbs train her, and if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the
Keep
matter?
those thumbs train her, and if she
It's all mine.
You seem on edge, officer.
He took all the food.
Standing at the
Oh my god.
I'm super
you spot
hungry.
a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns
It's
her
Wendigo.
head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
Say yes, sir, and turn to leave. This murderer must be brought to justice. This may be the perfect opportunity to create a mutiny. Tell the woman you stand by her. Address the sorcerer and ask her what she meant by there are others whose lives must end. I want to say 3.
Then say 3.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
I should have gone
Subdue her
better.
quickly. If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. That is all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
I didn't want to fight.
It's inevitable.
Well then.
What's happening?
Press
No
R3
time
to
for chatter.
enable or
We've
disable.
got to get out of here.
What are we doing?
Oh.
Oh no, the water.
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or dead. You hear a faint thud, thud, thud. He's alive, but only...
I don't want to sit.
The dwarf lies in a heap.
Call to him. Okay. Everyone's knocked out.
Yep. Hey.
What happened? Must have been the turns.
Slap him in the face.
You dare strike a royal?
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness.
Oh,
Do you want to know a secret?
Hmm.
Come here.
I don't... Oh.
Yep. Hey, look, that's a key. Guess what it goes to?
This door.
Ta-da! So many things in here.
It's locked. She knocked everybody out.
What?
Oh, Magister Waters is dead.
All the masters are dead.
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding from a dire-looking...
Well, then I can steal your book now. What did I just pick up?
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black clouds swirl through them.
No.
No.
Okay, so what do we do? Oh, we can go up the stairs.
Okay.
You should look at the confiscated stuff. Get a weapon.
I mean, we could take all of them.
Well, did you take all of them? Yeah.
Yeah, I can give you any that you want.
Well, I don't want a pitchfork. I took the bow.
Okay. I got the two-hander. I'm a smack a fool.
It's not what I wanted.
Dang it. Keep stepping in fire because I'm an idiot.
Did you sit?
Huh? Oh, me too. Got bedroll. Whenever we're out of combat and you have a bedroll, you can use it to heal. Oh yeah, look at this.
Mm.
Rar rar rar.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
Damn, that doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
My beer! Why are you stealing my beer?
Because I can.
I'll smack you.
I stole a painting. The forgery.
I did it again!
God damn it. Need to get
This game
off this
hates
wreck,
me.
and quick.
The tiniest bit of fire sets me on fire.
Okay, I'm too weak to pick that up.
Is it Kraken?
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what it is, a warning of death fog within. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb.
What is death fog?
Kills you. Like, extremely quickly.
Okay. Is that what that is right there? On the floor? Right there?
If you step inside, it'll go off.
What will go off?
The death fog? Okay.
That's what I just asked if that was what the death if that was death fog right there. That
No,
white cloud.
that's steam.
Okay.
If you look on my side, all the way in there, you see those barrels with the white on them?
Yeah.
That's death fog barrels. They will explode and spread. I don't remember what it looks like. I think it's like blackness. There's stuff in there, which is important to the plan.
You pass through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No, no, no! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree?
Fame?
It catches fire, it
Yep.
turns
What
into
happened
must
to you?
when wet. It cannot even resist acid. No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
Yes, indeed. It's the look of someone that wants to read the bloody book he's holding. Now, if you're really quite finished, I believe you have lifeboats to flee to. I believe you did. Although I was wearing the face of an elf at the time. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form.
That's cool.
A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands. Indeed. Just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a fellow to his business. I would say good day, but it seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather terrible death, so...
The skeleton shrugs casually and returns to his book.
Okay, thanks.
So do you want to go inside the door, or... Oh, I gave you a bow. I don't know if it's better than what you have.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
How?
I only have a twig and string.
It's the exact same stat.
Shut up, I'm equipping it.
Do you want to go through the death fog door?
I thought you said we were gonna die.
If you go further in, the death fog stays over where it is. It's not going to cover that entire way.
The moment you touch the door, it doesn't budge.
Do I have the...
The marking on the door was painted recently. Judge, you press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The colour drains from your hand, and you are left numb. It doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, so just don't step in that. I want to verify. I'm not gonna risk it. I don't remember if I can go there. Well, that's that.
Oh, we gotta go upstairs, huh?
Yeah, stairs this way. Right. Okay. Hey, how do you save? Oh, right, you were the one that was gonna save. Upward. And onward.
I'll strike it down or die trying.
Well, they became obliterated.
L1 or R1. Who are we fighting?
Those red things?
Oh.
You are way away. There, what?
What is happening?
You are super zoomed in. Well, that worked.
What is this? Not doing
They're consumables, by the way. They became obliterated. You also just shoot them.
How?
You target them and shoot. There you go. You killed one.
All by me lonesome.
Yes, I know. Yes. I do this start with that.
So much for a peaceful stroll.
Okay, good. It died. Did it not? Oh. You just shoot it and probably die. It died.
Ooh, a crossbow. Press triangle to open your hotbar, move to the cursor on an empty slot, and press square. I picked up a fire scroll. Add to hotbar.
So maybe you should clear your hotbar.
I don't know how.
You go to press square over what you want to take off.
How do I put things in my backpack?
You just grab them. But then you clear to get it off your hotbar.
So how do I put things in my backpack?
It's in your inventory. I think you just move it into your backpack. It doesn't change anything, it just gives you more room and it's a good way of organizing things.
Okay, so...
You go to square. Where is it?
Combine with backpack?
How do you do it in this thing?
Hold in hand. There we go.
Oh.
Hold in hand. How much gold do you have?
22? I'll give it to you.
60. Huh?
I'll give it all to you.
Okay. 82. Okay. Split. 82.
No, you don't need a split.
Why?
Because we can buy for each other, because we can easily send stuff between us.
Okay.
Plus you have persuasion, right? So.
The tome contains no text, instead sketches of dragons fill every page. The artist is hardly talented, but clearly enthusiastic. I had just equipped state this.
Cracking attacking, meanwhile we're just here like, oh, look at my bag.
I have a key.
You do.
Okay. Got another key. Let me pick it up.
And suddenly lots of stuff exploded.
Okay. Just trying to loot. What did I pick up? Blinding radiance scroll.
I gave you some boots. You can put them on.
Thank you for the shoes. Hello, grandkids.
You now have boots.
Hmm?
What is this?
There's still a chance.
It's a tentacle. Oh, there's a lifeboat.
Well then.
There's a ladder. Would you like to go down the ladder?
Yes. Why did you just walk into the... Well, I can't say anything. I did the same thing.
You did it way more often than I did.
See, this is what the bedroll's for. You can select it and heal yourself.
Oh, okay. Should probably do that.
But, and you set on fire. How'd you set on fire again? What happened?
I didn't set on fire again. Already rested. Okay.
Oh. This lady's here. She's alive. Oh, there.
I stole the book.
Stole the book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Wait!
Where are you?
Other way. Oh.
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
What?
That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she was knocked out. Oh, they're awake!
Yep, they're awake.
I'm like so far away from the battle too. Are you?
I've faced worse.
They who are about to triumph.
And I by
no.
Todd.
It hurts so much. Well, fortunately, you are our arranging person.
Let's see. How much left? Full health. Half health. I think I will kill you.
Yeah, your daggers too. All three. Very good. Oh no.
Oh. I didn't know I could do more than one area.
And that's it you can do unless you want to move a tiny bit.
These beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
I'd be afraid to see a bearded bug. I'd be more terrified of that than anything else.
I'll yield to none.
Petrifying touch. Oh, it's my turn.
Apparently you get to go again twice.
Well, I missed all the action.
Not fair. I wanted to murder the thing next to me. That's gonna suck. Oh, no. It should be fine. Murder eyes. You don't select anything, it's just AoE. It literally sets everything that's flammable on around you. You can shoot that one to kill it.
No telling whether
Well,
might be more.
that's that. God. I hate that it does that. There we go.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's head above deck.
Oh wait, the sea's hungry. We don't have much.
How do I get rid of... There we go. Oh, that bench is nearly destroyed.
Where?
Right here. I'm just gonna sit.
Let me see.
Alright, well, I think we should go back. Yeah, let's go back, get on the lifeboat, leave.
I hear something. It's Magister
There.
Sewer.
Now it's fully
One
destroyed.
who put on this damn collar.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror.
Yes, wrap it like a tourniquet on her neck.
Or just slit her throat. She did it put the collar on you.
The pressure is stemming the
So
flow
doesn't
of
mean
blood.
I'm a murderer.
Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
I think I just died.
Nah. You're a lot nicer than I am. We scream as we lay down. Oh.
I may have effed up. Only slightly. But that looks so awesome.
It does.
Everyone else escapes and we're just knocked cold on the floor. I mean, you could have left me.
I have plans for you, child. Right.
There you go. Fine.
Yay! The god saved my stupidity.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are now presumed dead.
Except
Yours
me, I'm
faithfully
alive.
Into eternity. High Judge Oriven.
Oh, so in the end we still go to Fort Joy. Oh my god, game, load faster. We made it!
Did you see them? The Voidwoken. They made short bloody work of our ship.
No
Our
telling if there are
ship.
more ashore. I doubt that voice will save any of us again.
We got achievements.
Mean trophy.
Whatever.
We got a thing. A shiny whiny.
You discovered a waypoint. Flame Comet allows you to escape to any discovered waypoint. You can also quickly travel between waypoints. Where is there a waypoint? Is this a waypoint?
Yeah. I think so.
Ooh, a flower pot.
Garbage.
Wow, okay. Just because it's broken doesn't mean it's garbage. Rude. Bowstring. I should probably, like, empty some of my inventory. How did we put the thing there before, like,
What?
where we can, like, show where we are? What can be crafted? What can I
What do you... I'm so confused what you're talking about. What do you mean, show where we are?
What was it?
You mean the map?
No. Like if I'm far away from you.
What are you talking about?
There you go.
Oh.
Enemies that I cannot read apparently. Sight range indicator. There are enemies ahead. Try sneaking, pressing down. If you walk into their sight range, you will be spotted and combat will start. Okay.
It's a pair of bushes. Don't pay us anymore.
Yeah, we're just walking around. Walking bushes. Where are these supposed enemies? Oh.
Look on the map.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn. They've made it to shore.
Got it.
Highlight the enemy and press square, select examine. Having more points and lore master reveals more information about your targets. Press square?
Yeah, you hover over them and press square. Examine.
Thanks for telling me that it's knocked down.
Well, I mean, there's all the other stuff. Memory 500.
Right?
It knows everything. Too bad it's a dumb insect.
It resists earth and poison. Okay. Well,
I have fire.
I'll put one here. One here. Another here.
Could also just shoot him repeatedly.
Well, now. It's your turn.
Yay. Oh. I thought I could just like...
Where does it say how much AP you have per turn?
Right above your health bar.
The green and red?
Yeah.
Okay.
It died. Oh yeah, you can talk to each other. I forgot about that.
How's it going?
I would have preferred not to spill more blood today.
That's not... I would not. I prefer...
We pressed X at the same time.
They didn't put up much of a fight. Dry land mustn't suit them.
No, it's you.
That's it.
Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
I got a good amount of stuff. I got another apple.
Nom 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 nom.
I love apples.
Scraps.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away, especially when you're tossing him at him.
Dang. Keeps the doctor away.
Get away, doctor! Where'd you go? Oh, you're over there. There's a yellow dot over here.
There is.
Oh, it's the Red Prince! That's right,
Kill it.
yeah.
Needs to die.
I'm his slave, remember?
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red colour. Could he be... Yes, you recognize
Sidon?
him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who's
Dang it.
tentacles of the deep.
Greet him heartily and say you're glad to see he survived the shipwreck. Smirk and tell him his slave has come to report for duty. No. He's the one that took you by the jaw and sized you up like a damn horse. Say you've a bone to pick with him. Take your leave. No.
The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I did survive,
Look
yes.
at the hots for a lizard.
And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hole.
Oh, see, I knew there was a
You
reason
have
I
my
had to go back
gratitude.
down.
Hand
I'm
over
waiting for you to
heart,
notice.
He salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a
I
nod,
want to.
though less than a bow.
I ain't helping you.
You don't have to. I can kill.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head, more than a nod, though less than a bow. Tell him you were glad to be of help.
Less than a bow?
To stand idly by when people are in danger, scoff and say he owes you a bit more than gratitude.
He said less than a bow.
Bow?
He said bow.
Who cares?
I care.
You owe me more than that.
Is worth a great deal if
No, it
only you
ain't.
realize it. But of course you don't, so we'll leave it at that. As for the slave thing, let's forget about all that, shall we?
Good.
One good turn deserves another. So you may as well have your freedom.
I wasn't going to be your slave anyway.
Now then, if there's nothing further...
Ask what he's doing here, standing on that rock. Wonder what he plans to do next. Wonder what he plans to do next.
Must know I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here contemplating the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
Memories, childhood days spent in the sun. Say that as of last night you see a kraken-infested wasteland you never want to go near again. No, memories.
Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire.
Of course.
I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise.
Something makes me want to slap you in the face.
I'm telling you, I can attack him and stab him in the face.
I picture palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. Ask what he means by lost exactly. Tell him that's a rather specific vision he has there. Why an empire? Sure, I can say some people's... Or say people see castles in the sky, might as well see them in the sea. Why an empire?
Of course it's rather specific. Quite obviously, I'm musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
I have no idea who he is. Not enthusiastically. Of course you do. You recall now that he's that famous king? A red lizard that can only mean one thing. He's the notorious Red Prince.
I can do it.
Very say,
I can do it.
I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the spouse of the sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
He needs to die.
I could invite him along.
He'd be in our party. Do you want him in the party?
Say it's absolutely riveting, but that you have to dash.
Yeah, because the second we invite anyone else to the party, our talent, the lone wolf thing, turns off.
Okay.
Then by all means, dash.
He watches you depart without another word, then turns back to face the sea.
Telling you, I could smack him real easily. He'd die.
He realizes he was pickpocketed.
Yep.
Hold it, there's a pickpocket on the notice. I need to search your belongings.
I mean, you're not the one that did it. So, it wouldn't matter.
He's coming after you.
If he comes after me, I'm smacking him in the face. Okay. Shit. See, he didn't let me. He didn't let me. He gets to die.
Okay. Well then.
You don't have to do anything. You can just sit there.
Why? Why would I?
Okay. Every single time I play this, I typically kill him. I hate the guy.
Whoa.
What?
Look at how far the area of effect
Yeah!
is.
You've not seen it?
I'll just shoot him.
I mean, it just ignites things that can be set on fire. It doesn't make, like, everything surround on fire. He's already on fire, though, so...
There, his arm is gone. I lied.
What was it? There. No. What? What's that?
You're attacking. Whoa. That's like straight for me.
There we go. I'm still not used to these controls. Oh, right. He had armor. Whoops.
Healing.
Healing. I missed.
Good. Oh, good. Oh, I did not realize it was that far. Jesus. Bye. Should, you know, rest. Yeah, it's federal. I lost track of where we are. I meant like orientation wise.
Well, we are going south. East.
Southeast.
A black cat. I like cats. But I wouldn't eat a whole one.
What?
There's a cat.
Ah!
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity. Its eyes clear, and it shakes its head, confused.
Well, shame I can't talk to cats.
Oh, that reminds me.
Here lies a nameless inmate. May he find the peace denied him in life in the Hall of Echoes.
You have a cat following you.
I also found the thing.
So did I. World secrets.
Yeah, because, look, come here.
Can you ping yourself? Okay, don't.
What?
I said ping yourself.
I don't know how. How do I do
It's
that?
square.
I found something.
Oh. There.
I'm right here.
Hey, look.
Wonder where this leads.
It's a secret.
I don't want to. Ooze barrel.
It's a poison barrel.
As the alcove
Hey, it's
opens
Fane.
up, you see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's still not wearing his mask. He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face. Bugger.
How on earth am I supposed to... Oh. Perhaps...
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards.
Ugh.
After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor?
Yes, that's the purpose of beards.
Cough politely.
No! Stay back! Don't... Oh. It's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected.
Anything valuable?
Oh, yes. An exceptionally common, but exceptionally valuable commodity. A face.
Well then.
A face that seems rather stubbornly attached to his skull. I would normally employ a tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body.
Delicately but viciously, mind you.
I could then craft a mask to hide my bone. But as I lack such a tool...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
Because my own was stolen from me. And the idea of being chased across Rivellon by every idiot with a torch does not appeal.
Okay, no need to scream and shout.
Get away! Monster! Hide the children! You are simple beasts. And you simply do not like my... Well, not my kind, but those that look like me. So... if I am to traverse this land, I will need a mask to disguise my features. Oh, please. It is far too complicated. It requires more finesse than can be achieved by a rock tied to a stick, which I assume is your oeuvre. No,
it's not.
But once I have extracted the required material from this specimen, it will all be rather simple. And then I can return to finding my people. I cannot be the last to tell. The rest of them are somewhat absent. At least from this realm. As for the others, well, there is an excavation site at the Black Pit's oil fields.
I don't
Perhaps
care
there
anymore.
I'll find my answers.
Well, then,
Yes,
there
yes.
you go.
Do feel free to call. By which I mean shout loudly. I do not want you sneaking up on me again.
You found a special arrow. These arrows have magical properties and can be used by anyone carrying a bow or a crossbow. What arrow? I didn't find
I
it.
gave you the arrow.
Oh, I was like, I didn't get no dang arrows. What are you doing?
This. Hey!
How do you...
You got to use it.
We leveled up. What does that mean exactly?
It means you leveled up. So you should go level stuff. I forgot what I was gonna do.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, I got ability points though.
Someone's crying.
I do want the polymorph.
Do you?
I do.
Do you?
Yeah, I just said I do. Yes. You've added an ability point to one of the skill schools. This enables you to learn more powerful skills. Find or buy skills to learn more skills. Okay.
Oh, that's right.
I know what attributes do. Go away. I need to look at my skills.
Do you?
Can I get new skills?
What?
Can I get new skills?
Yes.
Why is your voice so high?
I don't know.
What should I increase?
I mean, eventually you'll want memory. So you can put like 1 in memory.
Oh, I didn't realize I had 3.
Yeah, polymorph gets you this point. God, that sounds so bizarre.
Intelligence and finesse.
Do what? Oh. Okay, kid, I need you to stop doing this.
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. You peer behind it and find a small human child holding her knees and trembling. The child quiets and seems comforted by your presence. She looks up at you with curious eyes. The child nods and reaches up to you. As you hold her, her breathing grows slow and calm. Her wet face is damp on your neck. She lets go and looks up at you with a small smile.
Thanks. You're nice. You can have this. I found it outside, but I can't read it yet. That's next year, and then I'll learn it.
She nestles back into her spot on the ground and starts tracing figures. A little family in front of a house in the dirt.
Well, that's
Thank
sad.
God, at least she shut the hell up. If you take a torch property, or touch property, sorry.
Take or torch. I mean, equally could also be a criminal act.
That is what you always beware of the consequences. Owners will develop a negative attitude towards you, and they will call the guards or even attack you if you go too far. Different people have different reactions.
This is a nice tent.
Talk to
Where is
Eunice.
she?
Who?
You go with us.
What?
Who are you?
What?
Are you from the shelter?
Shut
she
up.
Says nothing of another.
I'm sorry.
She is so late.
I could.
You could.
The elf looks at you sideways, as though sizing you up. Her features tighten into an angry frown before suddenly collapsing in defeat.
I fear this happens. How else does she take us without bribing every guard in this place? I save a reserve just in case. Here, tell Magister Ratuza it is the last we have.
Take your leave.
Wow. Just like, we need all the money. Yeah, okay, bye.
Oh, I can lie down.
You have a bedroll.
I'm just gonna lie down.
I'm not here.
How do you sneak again?
I saw it. I saw it. Where is it? There it is. By the way, if we go any further, we probably need to save. Look at pumpkin, it's mine now. Hey, look at an apple, it's mine now. I'm gonna steal everything. Remember, R1 can cycle between targets. R1. You can just stop sneaking. You don't need more apples.
I'll save. Also, you can never have too many apples. Those darn doctors.
It's like, I do not cast spells or hit things. I just throw apples at them. Now it's a bush. She lied. She had more money.
Exactly. Those apples. I am so hungry.
I'll eat after this. Cause hey, look, giant turtle.
I love giant turtle. Oh my god! I'm sorry. I didn't know.
No, it would have done it anyway because they're mutated turtles. They're very violent.
Oh god.
Boss turtle.
That did nothing.
No, it did something.
Don't care.
That actually did decent. By the way, okay, don't listen.
What?
The gray silver bar is physical armor, and you can't see it. There'd be a blue bar, that's magical armor. Physical armor does what you think it does.
Oh, okay.
So shooting at them targets the physical armor. Oh my god!
We're gonna die.
No. Okay. I got this.
You missed.
What the hell? You know what, I'm just gonna hey, look, here's a potion. I can do this right now.
Oh, there's a third one.
Yeah. But they're, well, they're slow, but they do this.
I'm gonna die.
Well, you have potion. Not on your bar, but in your inventory.
It's in my backpack.
Yeah. There you go. Full. You could shoot the turtle in front of you, it'd kill it. It's on 2 HP. It died. It also died. You're just a murdering machine. Not that one though. How should we just move normally? Come here. Okay, that was it.
What's with the
Why are you
waddle?
running from me? Get back here.
He wanted to go behind you.
Well, let's shoot it and it'll die. Maybe. Probably. Do it again. Yeah, we win.
Get out of the fire. Get in the water. Get in the water.
Well, you had the bedroll.
I got diseased meat.
Did it really not? What? Did it not have anything?
Oh no, it dropped.
Really? What's... Again, you don't need to split it.
I didn't split it, I stacked it.
What? What? Did you get gloves?
Shoes, made shoes. Oh, I stole these.
Oh, no. It's okay. I mean, they're better than what you have. You also got robes or something. And, is that a shovel?
I got a robe.
You're just getting all sorts of shiny stuff.
Oh, it's a wand.
Oh.
Alright.
I need a lockpick.
First night here, don't seem like it'll be too... Can't you just hit it?
I can. Maybe. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, yeah, it does damage.
Found somewhere quiet to sleep, brought enough dry bread to last me. When all this blows over, I'll be happy to say I survived it in comfort. Group of dumb brutes shook me down for my bread. We'll have to get smart if I want to eat. Met an old fisherman named Rad. He was totally rad.
So rad.
Taught me how to make a net. Rad's gone. The dumb brutes took my net. This guy's just having a bad day. At least the meanest one got took in the night. Getting hungry. I always was a strong swimmer. Waters around here are pretty glassy. Can't be much more than a few miles to shore, can it? Okay.
I can't pick it up.
Drop an item.
Dang it.
Why?
I don't know.
Where'd you go anyway?
Got a hay scroll though.
Can't reach.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, more money.
But why am I slow?
Because there's oil.
I didn't even see it. Okay, so can we leave this area?
Yeah. You should also save.
Ah, they have beds in here.
They do. You also have a bedroll.
Screw the bedroll.
What? I'll just leave you behind.
Like I haven't seen that happen before.
Wow. Oh. Oh, dang it. This guy had a lockpick. Oh, whatever.
My magical armor just took a hit.
Yep, because you stepped before me.
I like how pretty it is.
Oh, there's vines over here?
Should we go back?
You're a flower. Give me the flower. Okay, I say give me the flower. Kitty! You're back.
Give me the flower? Is that what you're gonna tell the cat?
Yep. Kitty came back.
I don't think we can use these.
Oh. Okay. I think with how many times I've been through here, I would remember. Oh, wait. What?
It was loaded.
Oh, that's right.
Can we sprint?
Nope.
Answer him. Need I repeat myself?
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Make yourself small, you'd rather not get noticed now. Step forward, saying this is injustice at best and base cruelty at worst. Shout that whether she's telling the truth or lies, you won't find out by mutilating her. True. Quietly mused that if they wanted to keep a lot of their magisters in check at once, this spectacle is the way to do it. Call out that only the gods are fit to take back what they are given. I don't know.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Shout that she's whether I don't know.
Stay silent, elf.
You do not silence me, Dallas the Hammer.
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Destroy everything. Burn everything. Just set fire to everything in existence.
These people are so dumb.
Yes,
They're
your
fanaticals.
I believe we're done here.
And explosion. Ah.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
Hey, shit. Oh, that's right. They do that.
The Lizard Magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
The cruelty of it makes me sick.
When it comes to dying in a puddle of your own blood, sooner her than me.
Thanks.
What? There, you have a limb. Eat it.
A single name throbs across your brain. Verdas, Verdas, Verdas. He must escape. He cannot die here. He cannot.
Did you get in the building? I don't remember. I guess not. Hey, we made it to town.
Yes. What?
What do you mean, what?
Ah.
Oh, that's right.
I'll just do a hard save.
What?
Come on then, Lexi. Pay up.
I find any bread. I want no trouble.
Bread or brisket?
Did you see them, miss? Bishop Alexander and the hammer herself. They were so close, almost within arm's reach. A traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive their due. Easy enough to say in times of peace, but look around.
Ease.
We're standing on the edge of the end. The void woken are coming, miss. And it's only the divine order that can protect us.
You've had your collar on for far too long, sir. So, who did she say?
Do it.
The
Verdas.
Yes, Verdas. Are they here?
Verdas.
Hey,
an ass.
Nabora. I'm gonna go grab a snack really quick.
Do you want to just stop and out and eat?
Your grift teaches you to bully others.
Yes.
Who
Okay.
in their right mind would think of a thing
So,
like this?
nope, I'm gonna save. Again.
Yes.
And we're gonna stop for now.
And start again later?
Most likely.
There you go.
Adios, our singular viewer.
We had 3 at one point.
Yes. I don't know. I wasn't looking.
Yeah, I think it was just some...
Just know you can comment and we will see it. If you feel like commenting.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll see you later. Hopefully. I can't...